A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a dramatic shift in law enforcement strategy, President Donald Trump has announced a federal takeover of Washington, D.C.'s police department for a period of at least 30 days, citing rising crime levels as justification for the move. This controversial decision has sparked protests among residents who are concerned about the implications of increased police presence in their neighborhoods. On Wednesday, residents of a Washington, D.C. neighborhood gathered to voice their discontent with the heightened police presence, which included the deployment of National Guard troops and federal officers patrolling the streets around the clock. The protests erupted after law enforcement set up a vehicle checkpoint along the busy 14th Street Northwest corridor, leading to hecklers shouting phrases like, "Go home, fascists," and "Get off our streets." Some demonstrators even urged drivers to turn away from the checkpoint, reflecting a growing frustration with what many perceive as an authoritarian approach to policing. This escalation in law enforcement comes just days after Trump announced the federal takeover, which he claims is necessary to combat what he describes as an emergency-level crime wave in the city. However, local leaders have pointed to statistics indicating that violent crime is actually at a 30-year low, raising questions about the necessity of such drastic measures. D.C. Councilmember Christina Henderson expressed skepticism about the administration's motives, dismissing the recent arrest reports as a bunch of traffic stops and suggesting that the federal intervention is unwarranted. In the wake of the increased federal presence, law enforcement officials reported making 43 arrests on Tuesday night, a significant increase from the 24 arrests made the night prior. Yet, Henderson downplayed these figures, arguing that they reflect routine policing rather than a crisis that necessitates federal intervention. She emphasized that the arrests sounded like a normal Saturday night in any big city, challenging the narrative being pushed by the Trump administration. The federalization of D.C.'s police force has sparked concerns among residents, particularly in light of Trump's comments about potentially seeking an extension of his control over the city. Unlike other states, the law permits the president to take over D.C.'s police for up to 30 days without congressional approval, but any attempt to extend this period would face significant challenges given the Democratic resistance in Congress. Trump has indicated that he may seek a longer period of control or call on Congress to address what he deems lax city laws regarding crime. "We're going to do this very quickly, but we're going to want extensions. I don't want to call a national emergency. If I have to, I will," he stated, further heightening concerns about the implications of his administration's approach to law enforcement. The increased presence of federal officers has been felt across the city, with agents from Homeland Security patrolling popular areas such as the U Street corridor and the National Mall. The Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, has also been active, joining local police on patrols in various neighborhoods. However, the exact training backgrounds of the National Guard troops deployed remain unclear, raising questions about their preparedness for civilian law enforcement duties. As the federal effort unfolds, the White House has emphasized the importance of public safety and the need to address homelessness in the city. U.S. Park Police have been actively clearing out encampments for homeless individuals, offering them opportunities for shelter and addiction treatment, but threatening fines or jail time for those who refuse assistance. Despite the administration's claims of a crime crisis, experts have noted that violent crime rates in Washington, D.C. have been declining since the pandemic, a trend mirrored in many cities across the United States. Police Chief Pamela Smith highlighted the staffing challenges faced by the city's Metro Police Department, which is currently down nearly 800 officers. The influx of federal agents is seen as a temporary measure to fill this gap, but it has left many residents feeling uneasy. Mayor Muriel Bowser has attempted to navigate the political landscape, acknowledging the unsettling nature of Trump's actions while also recognizing the potential benefits of increased law enforcement presence. She stated that the administration did not provide specific goals for the surge in officers, but indicated that they view the increased presence as a success in terms of removing firearms from the streets. For many residents, the increased visibility of law enforcement has heightened feelings of fear and anxiety. Washington native Shiana Taylor expressed her concerns, stating, "It's more fearful now because even though you're a law-abiding citizen, here in D.C., you don't know, especially because I'm African American. This sentiment reflects a broader unease among community members regarding the implications of federal control over local policing. As the situation continues to unfold, the dynamics between federal authorities and local leaders will be closely watched. The debate over the necessity and effectiveness of Trump's federal takeover of DC's police department is likely to intensify in the coming days, as residents, officials, and lawmakers grapple with the implications of this unprecedented action. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.